Hi, this is Rich Branson, Editor-in-Chief of Respiratory Care. Today we have an author interview, and our interviewee is going to be Michael Hess. And Mike Hess is Senior Director of the Public Outreach and Education for the COPD Foundation. He's also a respiratory therapist. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So Mike and his colleagues published a paper in Respiratory Care called Evaluation of Over-the-Counter Portable Oxygen Concentrators Utilizing a Metabolic Simulator. Mike, what was the genesis for doing this trial?
Well, one of the projects I lead at the foundation is called Oxygen 360, where we're trying to bring some modernity and rationality to the oxygen therapy process these days. One of our patient advisors, who's been also a longtime member of the foundation, pointed out that Amazon or online retailers are actually selling devices marketed as oxygen concentrators. You can go and write in the search bar, search for portable oxygen concentrator, and dozens of these devices come up. They're available without a prescription. They're much cheaper than you might pay for a real, quote unquote, real oxygen concentrator from a durable medical equipment supplier. And given all the complexities of obtaining portable oxygen and oxygen in general, they seem to be a very appealing option for a lot of people. In addition, they made claims like being able to provide 7 liters a minute of continuous flow and battery life claims, and it was really kind of shocking to discover. So we wanted to take these devices and actually put them head to head with actual medical devices and see if the realities of the situation matched our assumptions that they weren't going to be quite up to snuff.
So Mike, I know it's a bench study, so you're using a kind of a specialized test lung to simulate a patient with activity, with the idea that if the oxygen concentrator is going to fail, it's going to be when the patient's moving around. What are the main findings from the study?
In short, these devices are, as expected, not up to formal medical quality. We found one of them was marketed as a portable concentrator, but yet had no internal battery. So portable only in the most generous sense of the word. Another one had multiple settings, but only put out one level of oxygen flow. And we couldn't tell if it was broken. We couldn't tell what the situation was. And then one device actually did put out some oxygen, but it was still below the level of, again, the prescription-based devices, and certainly far below the level of the compressed gas cylinder that we also put it up against. In the process of acquiring these things, we also found that as soon as your order was fulfilled, the device would disappear from the marketplace, disappear from your order history, and so on and so forth, and then reappear under an entirely different brand name, model number, and all that sort of thing, making it impossible for any kind of customer service. So we feel that that's very potentially harmful for somebody down the road who may need service, or simply want their money back because it's a not living up to its expectation.
Yeah, so I think about oxygen concentrators that are real, the ones that are cleared by FDA. It's confusing how they work and how much oxygen they produce. With these devices, it's a total crapshoot. Based on this data, though, what should we do? What should we do as respiratory therapists, as perhaps as the AARC, to try and inform patients and stop this practice?
The ideal thing would be to simply get these devices off the market. I mean, they're the next thing to fraudulent. That's very deceptive advertising. It's, like I said, misleading claims, very small disclaimers at the end when everybody stops reading and they're enamored with the product anyway. So the ultimate goal is to get these devices off the market. And this paper is actually the first step to that. We're going to be reaching out to these online retailers, making them aware that these products are dangerous and not fit for purpose and not suitable for sale. If we get pushback from them, if they're reluctant to remove them, we're open to other options, including legal options. There are things that can be done under trade practices and things like that. In the meantime, we're also hoping to create a better campaign to make people aware of what constitutes a real portable oxygen concentrator. We know there are a lot of education and training issues on the clinician side and on the patient caregiver side. And we just want people to be aware, more aware about oxygen therapy in general, so that they can make a better informed decision about what kind of device they're either going to acquire or they're going to prescribe for someone in their care.
Yeah, Mike, I wrote the editorial that goes along with this paper, And again, I went on Amazon and just typed oxygen concentrator, got over 800 hits. Now, a lot of it was disposable stuff, but clearly, that I think it's particularly deceptive because a lot of them are the name, not the trade name, but the model number is the same as a model number of a legitimate company. And I buy too much on Amazon, and I never fill out one of those reviews, but I noticed every single review of somebody who bought this product included didn't work, doesn't work now, never was able to get a hold of somebody to get a refund.
And we feel that's probably part of the reason why they do tend to disappear pretty quickly after the order goes for sale. Because they don't want they want to hide their tracks. They don't want anybody coming after them because frankly they know these are pieces of junk. And I think now we have more than just my say so or anybody else's say so. Rich Cassabury, our lead author, his say so. We actually have evidence that these don't work properly. So I guess at the end of the day, I hope they're on notice that we're coming for them.
Great. I appreciate you and your co-authors sending the paper to the journal. It was the editor's choice. We're very proud of the bench studies that we do, and we appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to help get the word out about these things.
Thanks, Mike.